Good morning, students. First of all, congratulations to all of you that you are in class 11th now, and I am your physics teacher. My name is Subodh Pandey. Today onwards, I am going to teach you the physics. So, starting with your first chapter, and your first chapter is the introduction of physics and mathematics and some dimensional formulas are there and so on. Before starting the topic, before starting the chapter, it is necessary to tell you that what is physics, why we study the physics. So, physics is the study of nature and its phenomena. Whatever things we see in the nature, either it are living or non-living, it comes under the physics. Any person which is moving on the road, the fan is rotating about its axis. Each and everything, whatever you can see or even you can't see, but if that thing is exist in the universe, it comes under the physics. It means, in short, we can say that physics has a vast area for the study. Some basic areas of study of physics are thermodynamics, mechanics, electromagnetism and optics. These are the four fundamental areas in which you can go and complete your research. If you have interested in the electricity, in magnetism, then electromagnetism is fit for you. If you are interested in light, optics, reflection, refraction, scattering, then optics is useful for you. If you are interested how heat flows from one body to another body, why the temperature changes, then thermodynamics is useful for you. If you want to study how any person moves, why any train or car or bus or bike suddenly stops, it means motion. If you want to study about the motion, then mechanics is very useful for you. So these are the four main part of the physics, and these main four parts are in classical physics as well as in modern physics. Now, what is the difference between classical physics and modern physics? Classical physics is that physics in which we follow that mass is a constant quantity. What is the word constant means? Constant means which never changes. So, if we consider that m is constant, mass is constant, it simple way we are talking about the Newton's theory, it means classical physics. On the other hand, if we assume that mass is variable, then we are reading the Einstein theory, it means modern physics. So the four sub branches of the physics are comes under two physics. Two physics means classical physics or modern physics. In class 11th and 12th, we study the classical physics, not the modern physics, or we can say some little bit part of the modern physics. But moreover, up to more than 95%, we study about the classical physics. So, before starting the physics, I want to tell you that how we can study the physics. Physics can be studied with the help of mathematics. How? When we say that the force of attraction between two bodies, it is your first body m1, it is your second body having mass m2, keeping a distance r. Then if I am telling you that the force between these two bodies is F, then this statement can be expressed with the help of mathematics only. There is no any other way. So in mathematics you can simply write that F equal capital G m1 m2 upon r square. This mathematical formula you have go through in class 9th. This is the gravitational force. m1 m2 masses of the two bodies. F, the nature of force is attraction, capital U, universal gravitational constant, and r is the distance between the two objects. It means any statement related with the physics can be expressed only with the help of mathematics. In short, mathematics is the language of physics. Now, one more important terms, and the term is unit. Let's suppose I have a rod and I have a mass. It is of 10 meter and it is of 10 kg. When I told you that it is 10 meter, then it is very easy to understand that I am talking about the rod. When I told you that it is of 10 kg, then it is very easy to understand that it is a mass of any body. But when we remove this meter or kg, and if I say 10, then it is very difficult to understand whether 10 is for mass or 10 is for length. So the basic idea of unit is to introduce the definite configuration or definite physical quantities. And what are the physical quantities? Physical quantities are those quantities which can be easily measured with the help of any measuring instrument. For example, I want to find the length of this marker. Then by using a scale we can find the length. So a scale is the measuring instrument and length is the physical quantity, and physical quantity is expressed in what? Expressed in units. For length we use meter. So in this way we have three things what we have completed. Number one, what is physics? Next, what are the scopes of physics, branches of physics? Next, why mathematics is necessary for the physics? And then what are the units and why we study about the units? What are the physical quantities? These small topics I have covered for you. Now in the same scenario I will comes to the next topic, and your next topic is advantage of physics. What are the advantages of physics? Why there is a need to study of the physics? The basic idea or basic advantage for the study of physics is that, as you know that in the villages when there is no electricity in the earlier age, then generally people used some handmade fan for the blow of air. But nowadays, due to the invention of electricity, we are capable to use the electric fans. So electric fan is due to the electromagnetism, and electromagnetism is the physics. It means any new invention which is used for the service of humankind comes under the physics, and this is the main advantage of the physics. Anything for the benefit of the society, what we introduce, what we invent, that comes under the advantages of the physics. Take another example. In earlier ages, people used to write something on the stone. After some time, stone may be destroyed, but the use of paper make such thing easy. Paper is more safe, light to carry from one place to any place. So these are the basic ideas, basic things. That's why to make the people help, we study the physics. So I hope this is the your introductory class of physics, and this is for all for today, and we will start your first chapter, and that is mathematical tools tomorrow. And just try to understand what I want to say you, because it is a study of logics, nothing else. Thank you very much.